Record. Okay, recording. It's all yours.
Excellent. Well, thanks, Brandy, and thanks everyone for attending this. My name is Dave Cool. That is actually my real name. I work for a company called Bandzoogle, and we're a website platform for musicians. So for this webinar, I'm going to go over what Bandzoogle is, what we do very quickly, and then I'm going to go over some website best practices for musicians. After that, I'm going to do a quick run through of the Bandzoogle platform so you guys can get to see the back end and how you can quickly build a website using Bandzoogle. And if you guys have any questions, I'm free for as long as you guys need me to answer any questions you might have related to Bandzoogle or digital marketing or websites in general. So I will make this full screen so you guys can see the slides a bit better. Does that look better, Brandy? No, you must have muted yourself. I'm going to hope that you guys can see the full view of the slides right now.
Hey, Dave.
So
Hey, sorry. Yeah, I had myself on mute. I just opened it back up. We can see it perfectly. It looks awesome on our side. Thank you.
Okay, perfect. Great. I'll go from here. Thanks.
Okay.
So we're a website and direct fan marketing platform. We're based up here in Montreal, but we're actually a 100% remote company. So we have staff a little bit all over North America and Europe. So we all work from home in our pajamas. And we've been around for 12 years. And we now power over 25,000 websites for bands and musicians around the world. So you can build a website on Bandzoogle you don't have to know any coding or anything like that. You get a free domain with the account, and we offer really fast and reliable cloud hosting through Amazon's server system. Of course, being a website platform for musicians, we have our own music players where you can stream music, offer downloads. Everything sold through our music players or store features commission free, so 100% goes straight to the musicians. You can set the price, or you can make it so that fans pay what they want. You can add lyrics to the songs. We support several different type of audio files. You can import your music from SoundCloud. You can take pre-orders. We report to SoundScan on sales on a weekly basis. And we just launched Facebook, Twitter, and embeddable music players to be able to share your music more easily online. There's a calendar feature and event feature, so you can actually now sell tickets commission free. You can add images for each event, connect to Google Maps so people can get quick directions to your show. Everything is shareable through social media, and there's a bunch of extra features in that events calendar where you can set an age restriction, set recurring events if you're playing a regular gig. And we actually have a Bands in Town integration, so if you're using Bands in Town already to enter in your gig dates, you can just use that integration to quickly port it into your website as well. We also include a mailing list tool. I'm going to be talking a lot about the mailing list in this webinar. I'm going to get up on my soapbox about the importance of mailing lists, but we do offer that included, so you can send professional email newsletters to your fans. You can schedule them. You get detailed reports on who's opened them and the links they've clicked. And you own that database of emails, so you can import that database if you're using like another service like MailChimp or similar. You can import that database to our platform, and then if you ever decide to leave, you can easily export it. That belongs to you, and you keep that database no matter what. So we also have a physical merch store, so you can sell CDs, vinyl records, t-shirts. You can also sell digital files that aren't music, so like sheet music, videos, things like that. You can offer discount codes, sale pricing, and we added automatic inventory tracking this past year as well. We just crossed a couple weeks ago $20 million in commission-free sales. So our members have sold in the last, I think, just over 4 years, have sold over $20 million worth of music and merch, totally commission-free through our store feature, which is really exciting. To design a site, we have over 100 mobile-ready themes, so they're all responsive, so they adapt automatically to the screen that they're being viewed on. So if it's a mobile phone, tablet, or desktop, laptop, so you don't have to worry about creating a second website for mobile. You can customize them really easily, and I'll talk about this a little bit later, but we're actually completely overhauling our design system. It's going to be ready in 2 weeks, so the design tab I'm going to show you guys tonight is actually going to look totally different in about 2 weeks, but it's going to be a lot easier to customize all the different elements of your website. We have a reports tab where you can see detailed, we import information from Google Analytics, so you can see where people are coming from, what links brought them there, what searches brought them to your site. You can see your plays on your music players, your sales, your mailing list fans, everything in one tab, so it's all in one place. We have integrations with a bunch of different services, so you can easily import a Twitter widget and import your music from SoundCloud. We have a Bandcamp integration, Instagram gallery, YouTube integration, Bands in Town, Pledge Music, and there's a few others that we're working on that are going to be on the way soon. Our best feature, and this is the biggest compliment we get as a company, I travel a lot to music conferences a little bit all over North America, and when we run into our members, they all compliment our support team. They're awesome. They're our best feature. They're 7 days a week online for email or live chat support. And most of us, pretty much all of us, are current or former musicians ourselves at the company. So it's a very musician-friendly environment. Pricing, we have 3 different plans. They start at $10 a month, or you get 2 months free for prepay for a year, so 10, 15, or $20 a month. Basically, depends on storage, mailing list members, and at the pro level, $20 a month, you get some extra bells and whistles for your e-commerce. So things like selling tickets and discount codes and inventory tracking and things like that. If you do need a website for yourself or for a band that you're working with or musician you're working with, we do have a promo with Full Sail University. If you enter the promo code FullSail2016, instead of a 30-day free trial, you get a 6-month free trial, and then you get 15% off if you decide to upgrade and keep the website. So even more savings with that promo code. So I'm going to talk a little bit about how a website fits into your digital marketing. We often get asked, if musicians still need websites in the age of social media? And the answer is a resounding yes, probably more than ever, because you're guaranteed to own that little slice of the internet. So your fans will always be able to find you there. I'm not sure if anyone is old enough to remember MySpace, but I certainly am, and a lot of bands spent a lot of time building up their fan base on MySpace. And then it disappeared seemingly overnight, and there was no copy fans to Facebook or Twitter function, unfortunately, so we had to start over. So we see the website and the mailing list sort of going hand in hand, so it's important to own that piece of the internet for yourself, or that you own it and you can control it, and you own the experience. So places like YouTube and Facebook and Twitter are very noisy. There's tons of ads and links trying to take you away to other sites. So on your own website, hopefully you don't have all those distractions, and you have no design limits, so you can make it look and feel how you'd like. And you own the data, so you know where your fans are coming from. You always have access to that information, how they got there, and you can really use that to help with your marketing efforts and tour routing if you're a band that is on the road. And maybe most importantly, you earn more of the money by selling directly through your website. You earn all of it through Bandzoogle, of course, but there are other widgets where they take a small percentage to sell direct to your fans. And it's really important because you get the email address with those sales, and you can follow up with your fans. And it might feel nice to sell through iTunes, and definitely you should have your music up there. But unfortunately with iTunes, those people are Apple's customers, so you don't get their email addresses, you don't know where they live, you don't know where they're coming from, how they got there. So it feels nice to get those sales reports, but in the end of the day, you can't do anything with that information, and you get 67 cents on the dollar or something like that. So selling direct as much as possible is super important. Mailing list. I warned you guys, I'm going to be talking about mailing lists quite a bit. So it's really important to have a mailing list. There's a bunch of reasons, but these are the top 3. So you own it. Again, that database, you own that database of emails. People rarely change their email addresses, so chances are you're going to be able to keep in touch with them for the rest of your career. If someone gives you their email address, they're really giving you permission to market to them and let them know about what you're up to. So new music, upcoming tour, crowdfunding campaign, and both inside and outside the music industry, having a mailing list is still the best way to sell. So if you're looking to monetize, you're going to have much better results sending an email to your mailing list than you are shouting on social media for a month. And there was a study released, I think it was last month, that showed that email marketing is 40 times as effective as Facebook and Twitter combined. So just to further illustrate the point that if an email newsletter is not part of your marketing mix for your music, it really, really should be. So I'm going to talk about building your website and trying to think of the audience that's going to be visiting the site because there are going to be different audiences. You're going to have your potential fans and customers, and these are the people that, let's say, you're opening up for another artist, and their fans are, checking you out to see if it's worthwhile to show up early. So you want to have some information that sort of tailors to them. You're going to have your current fans, and you're going to have also industry, media, bookers, things like that. For your potential fans, they're going to want to know who you are, what's your story. It's always a good idea to put your best song or video up front right there on your homepage, and also try to get them on your mailing list again so you can stay in touch with them. For your current fans, they already know who you are. They're going to want to know what's new. So new blog posts, new photos, new music. In terms of purchasing, things like limited edition products, package deals, crowdfunding campaigns, that's going to be really geared towards your current fans. And again, if they're not on your mailing list, offer free music, some kind of exclusive content to get them onto that list. Industry media is very different. They're not looking to buy from you. They're not looking to sign up to your mailing list. They want to know what's new, what makes you unique and different. They're going to want to see your best video, hear your best song, and it's usually a good idea to put a press kit page on your website so that they have access to everything they need. I used to book a couple of venues up here in Montreal, and anytime a band had a press kit page on their site, it made my life a lot easier because I'd need images for the venue's website and a short bio. So having all of that on one page is very helpful. So having your bio, maybe a few different versions of it, so a short, medium, long, even like an elevator pitch style, shorter bio, high quality images in case they need to print something for a program if it's a festival. Having your music, of course, video, past press quotes, any career highlights, and of course your contact information. So building your website, we say on Bandzoogle you can build a website in minutes, which is true, but you're going to need to have a few things in place first. Obviously, if you don't have your bio written, or if you don't have any photos or videos or things like that, your website's not going to be ready just yet. So it's important to have some of these elements on hand. So having your bio ready, professional photos, probably the most important element of your website is going to be the photos that you place on it. It's super important to get professionally shot photos. It's a dead giveaway when we do website reviews for our members on a daily basis, and when there's low quality photos on the site, it's really obvious. So it's really worth the investment because you're going to be using those photos on your website, for your press kit, for your social media profiles. So having good quality photos is maybe the most important element to have in place. Of course, your music, your videos, upcoming dates, social links, and contact information. So we start off bands most of the time with these 8 sections on their website. These are kind of like the essential ones that we like to see on a band's website. You can add press kit to this because I did speak about a press kit page, so it could be 9 maximum, but you don't want to have any more than that. It gets a little bit there's a little bit too many sections once you start getting into 9, 10, 11, 12 sections on a website. It's also possible to have too few, which makes it difficult to find what you're looking for. So having a section dedicated to each of these topics really makes navigation a lot easier for people visiting your website. So your homepage, arguably the most important page on your site because that's most likely where someone's going to land first. So again, having a great header image, having a short bio, a music player, or even better, an embedded video so people can be watching something and listening. And having a call to action on the homepage is important. The call to action is essentially the one action you want someone to take once they land on your site. So most of the time we tell artists to have a mailing list sign up and invite people to join it. But it could be to buy your latest album, to watch your latest video, to contribute to your crowdfunding campaign, or to even check out your upcoming tour dates. But we almost equate it to walking to a clothing store and the salesperson directing you to, could be the new arrivals, it could be the sales rack, whatever they want you to focus on. So the same thing with your website. That the call to action is meant to direct people to the one thing you'd like them to do once they land on your website. Also on your homepage, you could have your latest news, which just shows that you're active and current, and of course your social media links, so people can connect with you on those platforms. Bio section, of course, have a full bio. You can have even if you have a nice header image or background image, it's always nice to put an extra photo in there of you on the bio page. Music, of course, song samples. Try to offer some free music to get those email addresses and information about your albums, EPs, or whatever. If there's anywhere online or anywhere that people should be able to find all of your music, it should be on your own website. So make sure you have your full discography up there. Shows page, even if you have a calendar of events on the home page, which a lot of bands do, which is great to show where you're playing next, it's still important to have a shows page on your website, because once people navigate away from the home page, you're going to want to make it as few clicks to find information as possible. So having a shows page will do that. So you have your calendar of events. It's a good place to put a live photo, or even better if you have a good quality live video. I know as a booker, I would often go to the shows page to see where the band had played previously, where they were playing upcoming, and if they had a great live video, that helped in my decision to book them. So photos, no brainer to have some photos on your website. You can have your official promo photos, some live photos, fan photos. You can separate them into different galleries to make it a little bit easier to find all those different types of photos. For videos, super important to embed your videos on your website. We see a lot of bands just simply put a link to YouTube. But unfortunately, once you send people away to YouTube, they're probably going to be watching a crazy cat video in about 30 seconds, so you've lost them. So you want to keep them on your website, in your world. So make sure to embed your best videos on YouTube, and then you can put a link to send people to YouTube if they want to see even more videos. Store, so if you're selling merch or if you're selling your music on your store page, super important to always have images, whether it's album covers or if you're selling t-shirts or stickers or mugs, make sure that you have images for everything. It just makes people more interested in the product for sure. And of course, a contact page. It's amazing how many websites lack a contact page. You'd be surprised, so make sure that there is one where there's an easy way to contact you. If you have a publicist, if you have an agent, booking agent, if you have a manager, you can put their contact information on there as well. And it's another good section to put your mailing list sign up on as well. So that's it. That's the promo code, Full Sail 2016. If you need a website, you can try it out for 6 months. That's how you can reach us online, bandzoogle.com. We're on Twitter and Facebook, of course. I'm going to hit escape on that presentation. Are there any questions before I dive into Bandzoogle as a platform? Or am I putting Brandy on the spot?
Hi there. I have a couple of clarifications I just want to ask you real quick. Now, concerning you have the 3 different deals, right? The about $10 a month and $15 a month, etc. So you said you get a custom domain with each of those, so it doesn't have the Bandzoogle name in it, right?
Correct. Yeah, you register your own proper.com.
Okay. And if they were, so can you show us like where they would go on the platform to make their custom domain to register?
Yep, no problem.
Okay, cool. Thank you. I'll look at the chat and see if there's any questions for you. One of my students in the classroom has a quick question.
For the free trial account, which version is that a 6-month trial of? Is that the pro version?
The 6-month trial, that's the basic version, right?
So during a free trial, you have limited access. You can kind of try out most of the features. It's not really the light, standard, or pro plan. It's kind of an amalgamation of all of them. You don't have access to everything, but you have access to more than, let's say, the light plan. It kind of gives you a taste of everything.
And they don't have their own custom URL for that registered, right?
No, they do not. Okay. But they can point. I'm actually waiting for clarification on this. I believe you can point because the extended free trials are promotional trials, and you should be able to point if you already own a domain. Mm-hmm. You should be able to point it to the site.
Okay. All right. Great. That's awesome. All right. I'll go ahead and mute myself again and let you keep going.
Sure. Okay. So I'm going to go to bandzoogle.com. And once you land there, you're going to see our call to action. It's very clear: get started or try it free. On bandzoogle.com, I should point out, you can get much more detailed information on all of our features. We have a bunch of example sites up, which we change up every month that you can see there. Our pricing page, if you want to take a more detailed look, because there's a lot of other things that come with the plans, so there's more information there. And our blog, I should point out, we post 2 to 3 posts every week on our blog that there's different categories, but there's, we feature different website templates and designs. We have a bunch of free ebooks, advice on your music career, music marketing and promotion, selling music online, and just general website tips. So it's a good resource. Even if you're not a member, you could check that out. So I'm going to create a trial here. Oh, it's it's stored an old promo code here, but I'm just gonna ignore that. So basically, just need an email address. Put that in the right field here. So I'm gonna put Full Sail 2016 and create my site. So your first step is to choose a theme. There's over 100. The most recent ones are more modern, simpler designs that are really focused on the image. So I'm going to go with one that has a full background image. This one here is called Dusted. So I'm going to continue with that theme. Upload your own custom image. We start off with a stock image, but you can add your own image, and you can always change these images later. I'm just going to upload an image here. So I have a folder on my desktop called Website Assets, so I kind of cheated. I have all my stuff ready to go, but it just things run a lot more smoothly and more quickly. So I've got my little Piano Man image here. So I'm going to select that, and there he is. And then I'm going to move on to the next step. So you can customize the title, you can change the font, you can change the size of it, you can upload a logo instead if you'd like. I'm gonna look at that stuff later. Anything on your site you can edit and always change at a later point. Takes you into your control panel. So this is the back end of Bandzoogle. There's a little video here. It's a full walkthrough of the platform. You'll probably recognize the voice narrating the video, but it's like a 5-minute sort of look at the platform, which I'm going to do for you guys right now. There's essentially 2 main tabs here. There's pages and design. So with our platform, your content, that is the text and the features, are independent from the design, so the theme and the fonts and the colors, which means that you can change your design in just a couple of clicks and it won't affect your content or layout. So it's really useful if you want to change themes. It's just a couple of clicks, you change your theme, your website looks brand new, but all the work you put into putting in the content and the layout isn't affected at all. So I'm just going to start with the Pages tab. So these are all the features. Where should I start here? So you just get a sense here. So text is a plain text feature. You can put a little intro text there if you want. I'm just going to put test Full Sail here, save that, and go back. All of these features you can move around. So you just click move, and there's all these blue arrows. So I can put that wherever I'd like. I'm going to put it down here just for now. If you want to add a feature, there's a little blue button up there called Add Feature, and then you see all the features we offer. So title, image, video, events. My Sites is all your social media icons, or iTunes, Spotify, things like that. So we automatically generate the logos from all those services, and you just put your unique link, and it skins to match your website. We have a new quote feature, so if you have a nice press quote or something like that, or a quote from a venue. Photo gallery. HTML code is you can embed any outside widget onto your site that you want. So there's kind of just a blank box for HTML code. We have a site-wide music player, so you can put a site-wide music player so if someone lands on your site, they press play, the music keeps playing no matter where they're navigating on your website, which is pretty handy. Mailing list sign-up form, the external are all our integrations. We have some older features, I would say, like a hit counter and Flash. we've been around for 12 years, like guest book and forum. We've been around for 12 years. Some of these things are no longer really relevant, but every time we've tried to remove them from the platform, we do have some members who've been with us for 12 years that want to keep those features. So they're there, but we don't recommend necessarily using them. You can change the layout really easily. So right now it's at a right sidebar. I can make that a left sidebar with these buttons up here. So then it switches that. You can make it 50-50, or you can make it triple column and then add more features on that third column. With the pages, if you want to reorder them, you just literally drag them. It's that easy. And if you want to add a page, you click on Add Page, and I'm going to put, let's say, press kit. You can make it a main page, you can make it a sub page, make it not in menu. You can make an intro page, so if you want people to see a sort of a splash page when they hit your site, you can make one of those. And you can also make password protected pages if you want. So let's say that might be good for press kits, because if you have full album downloads or something like that for the press, you don't want everyone having access to it. You can send them a password protected page. And for SEO, for anyone interested in search engine optimization, we automatically generate the meta tags for each page, but you can go in there and really customize it if you want. So I'm going to add a page there. If you want to delete the page, then you just go to delete page and it's gone. Just a couple of things I want to show you with the features. So with music, I will just show you guys what it would look like if you're going to upload music and sell music on Bandzoogle. Let's go call this test album. You can put the release year. You can upload album art. We have an integration with Dropbox, so if you have a lot of your files on Dropbox, it's super easy to port them over. You can add a description. You can have them just stream, but I'm going to allow download and sales. And you can make it fan set the price, a fixed price, required within free, but require an email address, or just completely free. I'm going to put fan set the price, and you can set a minimum. I'm going to put for an album, I'd say minimum would be $5. You can accept pre-orders, which is a pro feature, and UPC codes for SoundScan reporting for the albums. And you can also add liner notes or images for bonus files here. And then once you create an album, you can add tracks. And then we support MP3 Wave and FLAC. It's going to upload a song by the husband of one of our support people. Always uses his music for this. You can set a custom preview clip. Again, I'm going to put it for download. I'm going to make it fan set the price and set a minimum is 50 cents. You can put the ISRC code for SoundScan reporting again. You can add lyrics. And when shared, so if someone shares on Facebook or Twitter, you can set that to be a preview clip only, but I'll leave it at full track. Hit save. So that's uploading, and while it's doing that, I'm going to just go into my PayPal settings here. So all of our e-commerce is done through PayPal. Connect through PayPal, so I'm just going to put my PayPal address there. So if anyone goes on this site and buys Tyler's song, I'll get the money for it. You can customize a thank you message there. So I'm going to hit save and go back. So I'm going to view the site. There's a button at the top right to view the site, so you can always see what it's looking like as you're making changes. So these are the buttons here for the player. So I can play the track there. There's a little arrow here. I can share it to Facebook, Twitter, or have the direct link. And I put it as fan set the price. So this little box pops up, 50 cents or more. So let's say I'm going to pay $1. Add that to the cart, and that's what it would look like. So if people keep shopping and adding more things, it'll just add them to the cart there. So I'll just go ahead and delete that. We have a mobile toggle. So if you want to see what your site looks like on mobile, there's a little toggle here at the top. So it'll show you what it looks like on a phone. And in our new design system, there's actually going to be a third option for tablet view as well. So I'm going to go back to Edit Site. And I'm going to go take a look at the Design tab. So again, a lot of this is going to be changing, but I'll just give you guys a sense of what you can do with the system now. So I'm going to choose a different theme just to show you how easy it is. So let's say I want to use just one with just a full header image. Click that, say yes, continue with the theme, and you have a new theme. On the design tab, you can customize the site title again, so you can change the font size, you can change the font, you can upload your own custom font if you want, which I'm not going to do right now, but you can if you'd like. Our lead designer put these fonts in for each theme as recommendations, but you can always change them. And you can change the color. We recommend a palette of colors based on your theme, essentially. Same thing goes for the menu. So if you look at the main menu, it's changing size there. You can change the font. On the new system, you'll be able to change the color of that and really get more detailed with the design. Content. So this is all the text for blog posts or text features or your text within your upcoming events. Same thing. Text color you can change, font you can change, size, and link color is pretty important because if I change a link color, it's going to change the buttons. So the sign up buttons, the music player buttons. So we do that so that all of your buttons and music players match, makes it look like a more cohesive design, so everything kind of relates to each other. And same thing for feature titles. You can change the font and change the size. In the new design system, you're going to have a lot more control over the sizing and the colors, those things. And that is it. There's a little linkable text down here called Customize CSS. If you're comfortable with CSS, you can add CSS styling and really customize things. There's a little warning here just saying that basically if you break your website, we're not responsible because it's easy to do once you start hacking into the CSS. But most people do not use that. But just so you know, it's there in case you are comfortable with CSS styling. So I'm going to keep this. I'm going to save and publish, and the new design is done. So it's being built there, and there it is, the new theme and the new color buttons. What's next here? So I'll just quickly go over the other tabs here. The fans tab is your mailing list. So this is where you would create a new email campaign where you manage your members. So if you want to add members individually, or you can import from a CSV file if you have a database of emails already. Our system automatically geolocates your mailing list members. So as soon as they open an email or click on a link, we automatically geolocate them. So then you can do a search by location more easily. So let's say you're touring and you want to email people just in a certain region, and you can do that automatically in our system. Reports tab. So I'm not going to set up Google Analytics here, but you connect to Google Analytics once, and then you have access to tons of detailed information through your Reports tab. Community, we have an active community. It's mainly people asking questions, asking for website reviews, and making suggestions. There's a suggestion box here. So if you go through the system and think something's missing, you can write into the help, into our support team through the help tab, or suggest it in the suggestion box. We go through it every single day, and our founder still looks at that list once a week, and we actively make improvements and add features based on that feedback. So if there is something that you'd like to see us add, please let us know. Brandy, you were asking about connecting a domain. So your account tab is where you would sign up to the different plans, edit your profile, name, email, password, and to add a domain, you just click on Add New Domain. So you can register a domain, or you can connect an existing domain, which is a one-time fee. It's telling me that there's a $14.95 per year charge because I'm on a free trial. Once you upgrade to a paid plan, it's free to register a domain. So as soon as you've upgraded to any of the plans, there'll be a different button there saying to add a domain, and then we automatically renew that for you. And if you ever leave Bandzoogle, you can take that with you, of course. We release it to you. And maybe the most important tab in the system is the Help tab. So if you're someone who likes to figure things out on their own, you can search our database. We have tons and tons of help articles related to everything on the website, from domains and email to e-commerce. Um, Everything is in there. But if you'd rather contact us, you can email us, or live support chat is open usually until about 8 or 9 p.m. I think 8 p.m. Eastern time. So you'll see a little live support chat button there, so you can chat live with our support team. But you can always email us. Our policy is to get back to you within an hour during business hours or first thing the next morning. And that is essentially it. I went through that really quickly. So if you have any questions, please let me know.
Okay, I just unmuted myself so I can help you out here. I'm going to go down to the chat, and it says, Mark asks, is there a way to easily manage multiple websites? Did you already answer that? I don't think you did.
I did not, and that's a great question. Yes, you can have one login for multiple accounts.
Okay, great. And Daniel says, can you show the SEO customizations that you offer?
Sure. Let's see here. So the main one would be the meta tags. So we automatically generate them from your page content, but you can customize the page title and customize each page description if you want. If you really know what you're doing there, then you can definitely go ahead and do that. I'm not an SEO specialist myself, but we do have tons of blog posts on how to improve your SEO as a musician. But I would say that SEO for musicians is it's a hot topic, especially at conferences that I go to. But unless you have a name that is the same as someone else, or if you're trying to compete, let's say if you're a cover band or a wedding band and you're trying to compete in the same market. Otherwise, if you have a unique band name, Google's pretty smart, and as long as your band name appears on your website and your URL makes sense and your content makes sense and relates to your music, then you shouldn't have any issues. But for people who are trying to compete in their own market or have to, like we have a member called Sarah Silverman. She's a musician. She has some trouble with her SEO, so she has to really pay attention to, putting out a lot of content and customizing all these tags to try to, show up on the first page when someone Googles Sarah Silverman. So that's the main customization there. We are adding more customization options for SEO coming up in the second part of this year, I'd say. But I hope that answers your question.
Yeah, and he had a few more actually. The second question he had is, what is the benefit of using PayPal for e-commerce as opposed to using Stripe?
That's a good question. So we're actually switching the way that our members pay us is switching to Stripe imminently. PayPal is still what we're using for when a fan purchases from one of our members because it's still the most widely used platform globally. And on a business, or I forget if it's called a business account or premier account, but someone doesn't have to be a PayPal member to pay through PayPal. So if they're not a member, and you as a user of Bandzoogle, if you set up your e-commerce and you have a PayPal business account, the fan can purchase using a credit card without ever signing up for PayPal. So it gives you lots of options. I think we'll probably look at Stripe for those transactions, but not quite yet.
Okay, great. One more question here. It says, are your customers limited to the number of times they change the theme? And I would say no, but are there premium paid themes above that?
No, you can change your theme 20 times a day if you want, and there are no premium themes. Every plan has access to the same design tools. So,
excellent. Any other questions in the classroom or even online? You can go ahead and post it in the chat, or my students out here can raise their hand. No? I think you were pretty thorough. Thank you so much, Dave. That was really awesome.
Thanks, Brandy, and thanks, guys. And if you have any questions going forward, you can reach me at dcool, DCOOL, @bandzoogle.com. Feel free to reach out anytime.
Okay, great. And I have you on some social media, so Thank you so much, and I'll be in touch, and you have a wonderful evening.
You guys too. Thanks.
Thanks, Dave.
Bye.
All right, guys. I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording.